In the last episode, Achan's theft brought defeat at Ai. The sin was purged in the valley of Achor. Israel returned to Ai and burned it to the ground. On Mount Ebal, Joshua built an altar and read the entire law to the assembly, the blessings and the curses, just as Moses commanded. Now the kings of Canaan have heard, and they are afraid. When all the kings west of the Jordan hear about these things, the kings in the hill country, the western foothills, and along the entire coast of the Mediterranean Sea as far as Lebanon, they come together to wage war against Joshua and Israel. But one city chooses a different path. The people of Gibeon hear what Joshua has done to Jericho and Ai. They resort to a ruse. They load their donkeys with worn-out sacks and old wineskins, cracked and mended. They put worn and patched sandals on their feet and wear old clothes. All the bread of their food supply is dry and moldy. They go to Joshua in the camp at Gilgal. They say to him and the Israelites, "We have come from a distant country. Make a treaty with us." The Israelites are suspicious. "Perhaps you live near us. How then can we make a treaty with you?" The Gibeonites answer Joshua, "We are your servants." Joshua asks, "Who are you and where do you come from?" They answer, "Your servants have come from a very distant country because of the fame of the Lord your God. For we have heard reports of him, all that he did in Egypt, and all that he did to the 2 kings of the Amorites east of the Jordan, Sihon king of Heshbon, and Og king of Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth. Our elders and all those living in our country said to us, 'Take provisions for your journey. Go and meet them and say to them, "We are your servants. Make a treaty with us." They show their evidence. "This bread of ours was warm when we packed it at home on the day we left to come to you. But now see how dry and moldy it is. These wineskins that we filled were new, but see how cracked they are. And our clothes and sandals are worn out by the very long journey." The men of Israel sample their provisions, but they do not inquire of the Lord. This is the failure that will bind them. An oath made in the name of God cannot be broken, even when made under false pretenses. What the leaders promise in haste, the nation must honor forever. Joshua makes a treaty of peace with them to let them live. The leaders of the assembly ratify it with an oath. 3 days later, Israel learns that the Gibeonites are neighbors, living nearby. The Israelites set out and reach their cities on the 3rd day, Gibeon, Kephirah, Beroth, and Kiriath Jearim. But they do not attack them, because the leaders have sworn an oath to them by the Lord, the God of Israel. The whole assembly grumbles against the leaders. But the leaders answer, "We have given them our oath by the Lord, the God of Israel, and we cannot touch them now. Let them live, lest wrath fall on us for breaking the oath. Let them live, but let them be woodcutters and water carriers for the entire assembly." Joshua summons the Gibeonites. "Why did you deceive us by saying, 'We live a long way from you,' while actually you live near us? You are now under a curse. You will never be released from service as woodcutters and water carriers for the house of my God." They answer, "Your servants were clearly told how the Lord your God had commanded his servant Moses to give you the whole land and to wipe out all its inhabitants from before you. So we feared greatly for our lives because of you, and that is why we did this. We are now in your hands. Do to us whatever seems good and right to you." They answer, "Your servants are clearly told how the Lord your God had commanded his servant Moses to give you the whole land and to wipe out all its inhabitants from before you. So we feared greatly for our lives because of you, and that is why we did this. We are now in your hands. Do to us whatever seems good and right to you." Joshua saves them from the Israelites. They do not kill them. That day he makes them woodcutters and water carriers for the assembly and for the altar of the Lord, wherever the Lord chooses. They remain so to this day. The deception succeeds. The oath stands. Israel cannot destroy them. But Gibeon's survival will soon draw Israel into its greatest battle yet. When Adoni-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, hears that Joshua has taken Ai and totally destroyed it, doing to Ai and its king as he did to Jericho and its king, and that the people of Gibeon have made a treaty of peace with Israel and have become their allies, he and his people are very much alarmed. Gibeon is an important city, like one of the royal cities. It is larger than Ai, and all its men are good fighters. Adoni-Zedek's alarm turns to action. He sends word to Hoham king of Hebron, Piram king of Jarmuth, Japhia king of Lachish, and Debir king of Eglon. Come up and help me attack Gibeon, because it has made peace with Joshua and the Israelites. The 5 Amorite kings join forces. They move up with all their troops and take positions against Gibeon. They attack it. The Gibeonites send word to Joshua at the camp in Gilgal. Do not abandon your servants. Come up to us quickly and save us. Help us, because all the Amorite kings from the hill country have joined forces against us. Joshua marches from Gilgal with his entire army, including all the best fighting men. They march all night. The Lord speaks to Joshua. Do not be afraid of them. I have given them into your hand. Not one of them will be able to withstand you. After an all-night march, Joshua takes them by surprise. The Lord throws the Amorites into confusion before Israel. Joshua defeats them in a great victory at Gibeon. Israel pursues them along the road going up to Beth-horon. They cut them down all the way to Azekah and Makkedah. As the Amorites flee, the Lord hurls large hailstones down on them from the sky. More die from the hail than by the swords of the Israelites. That day, Joshua speaks to the Lord in the presence of Israel. Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and you moon over the valley of Aijalon. The sun stands still. The moon stops. They do not move until the nation has avenged itself on its enemies. The sun stops in the middle of the sky and delays going down about a full day. There has never been a day like it before or since, a day when the Lord listened to a human being. Surely the Lord was fighting for Israel. Joshua and all Israel returned to the camp at Gilgal. The southern campaign is complete. City after city falls. King after king dies. The sun itself stood witness to the day when heaven fought for Israel. Thank you for listening to this episode about the Gibeonite deception and the southern campaign. If this journey through the book of Joshua is meaningful to you, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with others. In the next episode, the kings of the north gather a vast army. Joshua strikes them at the waters of Merom. The conquest continues until the land has rest from war, and the long process of dividing the inheritance among the tribes begins.